Yo, we back. Yo. Alright guys, and what's up to another video on the channel, man. So today we're just gonna be talking basically everything UFC that's been happening lately. I'm gonna start on 290 because that was an amazing card, and that week, bro, I gotta talk about that card. But then I'll quickly cover the fight night last week, and then we'll get to 291. So yeah, man, we got a bunch of dope pay-per-views, and hey, we also gotta talk Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, because that shit's gonna be crazy. And you know what, bro? Let's just start there. But yeah, guys, so Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou finally got announced. It's scheduled to be in Saudi Arabia on October 28th. And bro, this is gonna be absolutely crazy. So I honestly believe that this is probably just gonna be very much like McGregor versus Mayweather, where it's like the celebrities will be out, everything will be crazy. But I think even going into it, you kind of know that Tyson Fury's probably gonna win. And it'll also probably be a win by knockout. Boxing is just so different than MMA striking. But I guess the only difference here is that Francis really got that nuke. Like, even for Conor, going into it, everyone was like, yo, he's got that left hand. If he connects that left hand well with Floyd, the fight's gonna be over. And I honestly think it's the same exact thing here. Like, Francis recorded the hardest punch ever. I'm sure his boxing is also gonna be a bit unorthodox. Like, there's no way that Francis is gonna be coming in just looking like, even like a Deontay Wilder. Like, we've all seen Tyson beat Deontay Wilder 3 times. And even going into those, it was like, okay, Deontay's the hard punching, just crazy one punch knockout power. And Tyson was easily able to dismantle that. But I guess the only difference between Francis and Deontay is that Francis is gonna have super unorthodox boxing. And honestly, there's a very low chance of this, but there still is a chance that Francis can just catch him off guard with some just weird shit. And dude's punches are so ridiculously strong that it might just put him out. And that's why, I mean, I'm gonna definitely be watching this. I'm sure it's gonna be an amazing spectacle, man. But lastly, real quick though, for Francis, even if he loses, he still wins overall, man. Like, this whole time, there were so many haters, so many doubters. Everyone was hating on his PFL deal. Everyone was like, yo, he's scared, blah, blah, blah. Dana was hating on him. But dude, he finally has the Tyson Fury fight. He's gonna get the bag. He's already secured the bag. And so yeah, man, I just respect Francis so much, man. Like, Francis literally stated what he wanted, got it all, if not some more. If not some more, man. He's for real doing some like super legendary stuff, man. And I cannot wait till October 28th. But yeah, guys, with that, let's go back to a few weeks ago. UFC 290, man. I had to cover this card super quick just because of how dope it was. I mean, just starting off with the legend himself, Robbie Lawler. It was such a perfect send-off, man. Even him getting the knockout, it was like an old school in the clinch, just uppercut, just hooks, just in the clinch, just throwing that shit. Like, bro, just look at this. Hopefully I don't get fucking copyrighted for it. Like, right here, just in the clinch, uppercut, hook. It's over, man. It's over. That was also super dope that it was on ABC. Everyone could watch it. And then at the end, the UFC also had a super special video for him. That was super dope. But yeah, man, shout out Robbie Lawler, ultimate legend. Dude, when you think of a fighter, you think of Robbie Lawler. He looks like a fighter. He acts like a fighter, moves like a fighter. But then outside the cage, dude is the nicest human ever. He just seems super chill. Literally, when anyone ever talks about him, it's always respect. So shout out Robbie Lawler, man. Then quickly, Bo Nickel, Val Woodburn. I mean, this went as expected. I was actually really looking forward to seeing him versus Gore. I think that fight would have actually shown how good Bo Nickel is. But Val, obviously, super light replacement. It was his UFC debut. Dude, I think he faked the takedown, just came up over the top, knocked him out. But yeah, man, went as expected. But then Jalen Turner, Dan Hooker, certified psychopath. But man, is this dude an absolute beast. Like, even going into it, I was so excited about this fight, man. It's literally 2 rangy strikers just going at it. I knew it was going to be fireworks from the jump. And man, did it deliver. Jalen Turner got Dan Hooker in the second round with a head kick. So it was one of the cleanest kicks I've ever seen. Hooker literally just ate that shit. He got wobbled for a second, but just ate it. And then he got back into it, started fighting Jalen again, and then even dropped him in what I think was like a 3rd round. 2nd round, it was super close. Like, Dan Hooker, certified killer. Also in the fight, Dan broke his arm. By the 2nd round, he was saying his arm was completely broken. But yeah, kept fighting through it, ended up winning. But then also on the other side for Jalen Turner, his stock definitely does not drop. Honestly, I think what happened to him was he was throwing his best shots and landing. Like, he was landing his best shots on Dan Hooker, but dude was not going away. And I think because of that, just mentally and physically, he just seemed to get very tired. And it seemed like he just kind of emptied his gas tank way too early. Dan Hooker being like like the fucking zombie psychopath that he is. He just ate everything, absorbed it, but then he never faded away. He just kept that same pace, and yeah, ended up winning the split decision, man. Also, I love that after the fight, Joe asked him about the arm. He was just like, yo, it's just a scratch, not worried. They had that super dope picture of both of them in the hospital, just next to each other chilling. But then, yeah, man, it came out, dude literally broke his orbital and his right arm, kept fighting through it. Shout out Dan Hooker, man. Then, honestly, the biggest surprise of them all, Dricus du Plessis just went the fuck off. I was literally watching this with my friends, and man, was I so confident in saying that Robert Whittaker was about to whoop him. Right before the fight started, I was like, yo, Rob's it's about to first round knockout. Dude's about to just kill him. And honestly, at the start, it really did seem like that. Robert just looked more confident. It seemed like he was just controlling the cage. But then even at the end of the first round, Dricus just picked it up, caught him with some crazy shit. And Dricus, he just strikes so weird because everything he throws is with 100% power. But then also just the way he throws, it's just very awkward. Even the way he dropped Rob was so weird. Like Rob was just rushing at him and Dricus just threw his jab out and just happened to catch him. But if you look at the replay, Dricus literally catches him and just starts shelling up. Like, it was the weirdest knockout ever. Or, sorry, drop ever. But yeah, because of that, Rob he literally just tumbled. And then I think it was pretty much just ground and pound until Dricus won. But yeah, man, him versus Izzy about to kill him. I also love the WWE shit. I think it's just super goofy. Also, the build-up to Izzy versus Dricus is already looking super weird. But hey, man, it is what it is. I'm along for the ride. I truly think Izzy's gonna kill him though. I think Izzy's best bet is to fight him like he did Paulo Costa, where it's literally just a bunch of calf kicks, just punches, just straight jabs. Honestly, as boring as it is, I think what Izzy's gonna do is the boring way. He's just gonna jab, calf kick, move out the way. Jab, get his range, move out the way. Like, I honestly just see him fighting like that. And so that's why I am hoping that Dricus actually pushes the pace, actually tries to come at him. But honestly, I think Izzy's such a good counter puncher. If Dricus is actually coming towards him, I think Izzy just lands a solid straight or just a kick or something to just knock his lights out, basically. But yeah, man, Izzy versus Dricus is supposedly in Australia for UFC 293, I think it is. So yeah, man, that's gonna be super dope. But then the fight of the night, Brandon Moreno versus Alexandre Pantoja. Going into it, I definitely wanted Moreno to win. I was definitely rooting for Moreno. And honestly, I think he would have won if it wasn't for the takedowns. I think Pantoja got too many takedowns. I don't think they credited Moreno with sweeping or anything like that or reversing position. And so I think literally because of those takedowns, Pantoja won. Moreno in the second round was crazy to say the least. Honestly, Brandon's boxing is so incredible to watch. His technique is so perfect. His hands are so fast and just so accurate. I love watching him box. And in this fight, he definitely showed it. Dude was absolutely nasty on his feet, but then Pantoja would just take him down, and that honestly got him the dub. Also, dude's gas tank is ridiculous. Like, after the second round, it seemed like, oh, he might have lost. But then dude came back even more energized, kept going. Also, shout out Moreno, because Moreno broke his arm in the first round. He legit fought 4 rounds with a broken arm. And like, that is crazy. He fought for a belt with a broken arm, basically. But yeah, man, shout out Pantoja. Like, this fight was incredible. But then even after he won, on the mic with Joe, he's talking about how, like, his dad left him and his story. And he's on the mic just going like, hey, Dad, are you proud of me now? Are you proud of me? That was a super dope moment. He was also on Ariel Helwani's show, the MMA Hour, and talked about his come up. That was incredible to hear. But yeah, man, you can already tell he's a super cool dude. He's always only about his family, just working. Also, it is crazy. He was on the MMA Hour talking about how even when he fought Brandon Royval, which was a crazy fight, before that, he was working as an Uber Eats driver, or he was driving Ubers around. Like, it's crazy. He was a top 15 flyweight, just delivering Ubers. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. But shout out Pantoja. I think they're probably gonna end up running it back, and I would love to see it. But yeah, man, that's gonna be super sick. And lastly, bro, Volk's the GOAT. Like, honestly, I think if there's any active fighter right now that could go into the GOAT conversations, excluding John Jones, it's definitely Volk. Like, this man is so good. He can out grapple you, he can out strike you, he can out clinch you, he can just just dog you. Like, bro is so different. Like, he made Yair look like an average striker. Yair couldn't get his range going, he couldn't get his kicks going, like nothing. Volk literally stuffed everything, and his ground and pound is honestly like crazy. I've never seen someone that dominant in ground and pound, where he's literally just has you on the ground and just raining down punches. I think the one thing that I absolutely love about Volk's ground and pound is just how accurate he is. He just times his strikes so perfectly, just gets that pace where it's like literally every other punch he's hitting him in the face. Like, he delivers just so much damage there. Shout out Volk. What a dominant champ. And honestly, I do want to see him versus Islam 2 again. I'd much rather see that fight before Ilya Topuria, just because I honestly think, as good as Topuria is, as much as I fuck with him, Volk isn't gonna run through that, man. Like, Volk is just on a different level right now. I think he just had to get in the cage and just kind of understand the way Islam just moves. But now I think in his second fight, Volk might honestly be the favorite. Like, he is honestly just so good, man. Shout out Volk. But yeah, man, last week this fight was pretty solid. Jack Della Maddalena versus Hafez. Great fight. If you haven't, go back, watch that. This Francisco Prado knockout was incredible. Dude had a spinning elbow. Crazy knockout. But yeah, man, I just wanted to cover this super quick. This week we got the heavyweights, man. Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura. Molly McCann is also on this card. Is this the London card? Yes, it's going to be in the London. It is going to be in the O2 Arena. So you already know it's going to be a bunch of just English people fighting, Scottish people. Just saw Paul Hall Craig in here. So I'm hoping it's a good card, man. It should be exciting. But then what I am really looking forward to, bro, is this. UFC 291, Poirier versus Gaethje 2. Obviously, it's going to be a crazy fight. Then we got Alex Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz. So it does look like Jan is the favorite, which means that most people, which including myself, think that Jan's probably going to fight Pereira like Izzy, where it's like, yo, just sort of stand with him on the feet, but then push him to the fence, take him down, just lay on him, win by decision. But bro, Pereira is different, man. Pereira is a lot heavier than Izzy. He's actually going to be at 205. I think Izzy weighed in at like 190 or something crazy. So Pereira is actually big enough to be a light heavyweight already. And you already know, dude's got that left hook. Him and Izzy are probably tied for like the best strikers in MMA right now. And so yeah, bro, this fight's going to be incredible. Oh, so that just reminded me. I am very upset that Jamal Hill got injured, man. I said it in the short when it happened, but I really fuck with Jamal. I think he's a super dope champ, and I was really looking forward to a fight between him and Jiri whenever Jiri got healthy. But now who knows when or even if that's gonna end up happening, at least for the belt. But Jamal also did the super honorable thing of just letting go of the belt, letting the division move on. And so I am hoping that they make Pereira versus Blachowicz a title bout. I think that's gonna be sick. But man, am I upset that Jamal Hill is not champ anymore. But yeah, man, rest of this card though, absolutely stacked. Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, amazing fight. Chiesa versus Kevin Holland, always love watching Kevin Holland fight. And then we got Wonder Boy versus Michel Pereira, two strikers, just two crazy strikers just going at it. This is gonna be amazing. But yeah, Derek Lewis is also on this card. Like, this card is absolutely fucking stacked, and I'm so excited for it. But yeah, man, I'll definitely be covering this card a bit more coming in the next few weeks, man. But yeah, guys, till then, be sure to check out all the links in the bio. At least it's something that I'm working on, so be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. And with that, I'm out of here, bro. Peace.